Hi friends, this is Sarojang here. Welcome to my networking channel. Hope all are doing good. And today the topic I'm going to discuss about PIM-SG and PIM*G notation. So PIM-SG will use it in a dense mode, PIM dense mode scenario. So S is the source and G is the multicast address. For source sending to the multicast address via the shortest path tree, what we call it as an SPT, we'll use in a dense mode. And second thing is PIM*G. So that notation we'll use in a sparse mode. So we call this as a shared tree. That means for any source sending to the multicast address via RP. RP is a rent-address point, is a meeting point for forwarding or receiving any multicast traffic. So in this architecture, I have used a simple architecture where I connected two routers. This is the source and the receiver. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just configure the PIM dense mode on these interfaces. Then we'll enable the routing protocol OSPF. So let us now go to R1 and let us quickly configure the PIM dense mode. So interface fast Ethernet 0x0, IP PIM dense mode. Similarly, go to configuration mode and interface fast Ethernet 1x0. Let us enable IP PIM dense mode, right? Similar way, let us go to R2 and let us configure the PIM dense mode on both the interfaces. Fast Ethernet 0x0 and 1x0. So go to configuration mode, interface fast Ethernet 0x0, IP PIM dense mode, and let us go to fast Ethernet 1x0 IP PIM dense mode, right? So these are the configurations. So already I defined the directly connected interfaces. So now what we'll do, let us enable the routing protocol. So let us do a shotgun approach and let us configure the routing protocol. So router OSPF 100 network 0.0.0.0 255.255.255.255 area 0. And similar way, let us advertise the routing protocol in R2, right? So configuration mode and router OSPF 100 network is 0.0.0.0 255.255.255.255 area 0. So I have defined already the directly connected interfaces and also I configure the routing protocol OSPF. So now let us check the routing entries R1. So let us do the show IP route. So now you are able to see all the connected entries. So 10 and you have to see the 20 dot network also. So let us see. It will take some time. This will be enabled, right? Go to R2 and let us check the show IP interface brief. So the interfaces are up and let us also check in R1. Show IP interfaces brief, right? So now let us check the routing entries. Yeah, now it is came up. So let us check the routing entries now. So now I'm able to see all the entries from R1 and let us see from R2 also. Let us do the show IP route. So I'm able to see the remote entries, right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to generate a multicast traffic from PC1 to any multicast address S, G. So S is a source and G is a multicast address what I'm going to stream the traffic. So let us say from PC1, let us start the traffic. So what we can do, ping 239, let us say 239.1.1.1 minus C, let us say 1000. 1000 is the number of packet. 1000 packet, I am just starting any multicast traffic, or this assume the user is launching any multicast application, any video application. So now let us see the traffic. So immediately you can see, right, it is sending the join message, right? So join message from the source to the corresponding routers. So S is the source, sending the multicast group address is 239.1.1. So now it will create the multicast table. So this is the address, it is created the multicast address with the source as 10.2 and 239 is a multicast address, right? So now let us see the show IP M route. So that is a command for checking the multicast routing table. So you're able to see the entry 10.2, 239.1.1, right? So this is the entry, it is creating the multicast table and the flags is P, T. What is PT is? P is for pruned model and T is for SPT. I already told from source sending to the multicast address via the shortest path tree, right? So incoming interface you are able to see, right? Fast Ethernet 1x0. And what about the outgoing interface? Is a fast Ethernet 0x0. This is an outgoing interface. So these are the details you can see. And for checking the groups, you can check show IP IGMP groups. So these are groups you can see 224.0.1.40, right? So this is the thing I want to show about PIM dense mode. So in dense mode scenario, S is the source sending to the multicast address. Right? So multicast address you stream 239.1.1. So similar entry you can see in R2 also. Show IP M route. Because PIM dense mode follow the flooding and the pruning behavior, right? So 10.2, 239.1.1.1, right? You are able to see this is the entry. So this is the entry, it will create S comma G. So if we want to join from this group, what happened? If we started pinging from this traffic, what happened? You can see that entry is also in the multicast routing table, right? You are able to see. So let us now start from the traffic, go to the custom console. So let us go to PuTTY. So here what we can do, let us add a multicast thing. Delete it. So this piece is not working. So let us create a new entry. Go to this is the thing you have to drag and drop. So now let us here Ethernet, and this is a fast Ethernet 1/0 we have created, right? So now let us start the traffic again. Yeah. So now this is the thing. So let us configure it again. So IP 192.168.20.2/24 192.168.20.1, right? So this is the thing. Let us now ping 192.168.20.1 and also let us ping the PC1 gateway run.1. Yeah, I'm able to ping. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stream the traffic from this one PC1. Let us see the same traffic 239.1.1. So you can see the entries also 1.1.1. So minus C, and let us see, let us give only 10 packets. So now I have started the streaming. So now you can see here also R2. So automatically it will create the S comma G. Source is this. In this case, the source is PC2 and it will create the entry for the same multicast group. So show IP M route. So S comma G, right? So model is S comma G about dense mode 10.2 comma 239.1.1.1. So this is 20.2 coming from PC2 and the multicast address. So this is the behavior of PIM dense mode S comma G notation. So now let us see a control C, and now let us switch it to sparse mode. I want to show about PIM star comma G notation. That is this is a shared tree. This is a shared tree model. So this is the shortest path source comma G, multicast address, right? This is for any source sending to the multicast address via RP. RP is a rendezvous point. So in this architecture, R1 let us configure it as a RP. So RP is a meeting point for forwarding or receiving any multicast traffic. So let us quickly go to R1, and now let us remove the debug and let us again reconfigure it. R2, I'm removing the debug. So now let us see R1. Let us quickly change it to sparse mode, right? So interface fast Ethernet 0/0. No IP PIM dense mode. Okay. So after that, go to configuration mode. Interface fast Ethernet 1/0. No IP PIM dense mode. So now let us also change it in R2. Go to configuration mode. Interface fast Ethernet 0/0. No IP PIM dense mode, and also let us do it in interface fast Ethernet 1/0. No IP PIM dense mode. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to configure the interfaces in IP sparse mode for this notation, and also I'm going to configure the RP address. RP already defined the loopback, so I'm going to configure the RP address on R1 and R2. So let us go to R1. Interface fast Ethernet 0/0 IP PIM. What is the configuration? Sparse mode. And now let us go to fast Ethernet 1/0 IP PIM sparse mode. So already defined the loopback address, interface loopback 0. So this will configure as a sparse mode. Interface loopback 0 IP PIM sparse mode. So this also you have to configure the sparse mode scenario. Let us go to R2, and similarly let us do interface fast Ethernet 0/0 IP PIM sparse mode. Then interface fast Ethernet 1/0, right? So IP PIM sparse mode. So what are things we have done? We have configured the interfaces in IP sparse mode. I have defined the loopback address. So the same loopback address I'm going to define as an RP in R1 and R2. So R1 I'm going to configure as an RP. So the same RP address I have to configure in R2 also, right? So we have to also indicate in R2 that R1 is an RP. So let us see how to configure the RP addresses. IP PIM RP address 1.1. So yeah, let us make it as 1.1.1.1. This is the loopback address I define. Similarly, let us go to R2, and I have to tell R2 that R1 is RP. So IP PIM RP address is 1.1.1, right? So I defined in both R1 and R2 the RP address. So now what is the thing is pending is, yeah. So now let us start streaming the traffic from R1. Anywhere we can do, we can even start streaming from a source or R1 also we can do. So let us now start the streaming the traffic. So ping 239.1.1.1, source is the loopback 0. Let us do the repeat is 30. Yeah, before that, what we can do, let us enable the debugging. Debug IP PIM, and also let us enable the debugging in R2. Debug IP PIM. So now what I'm going to do in R1, I am going to start the traffic. So ping 239 1.1.1, source is a loopback 0, that's from RP. R1 is RP. Repeat. I'm going to repeat 20 packets. Let us see. So now what happened, right? In this scenario, it will create a shared tree. Shared tree is nothing but star comma G. So about sparse mode scenario, what happened? It will not forward any multicast traffic unless someone has to explicitly request a join message, request a message to the RP. Then only it will join the RPT, root path tree. That is the scenario star comma G. So R1 and R2 will create a shared tree and it will expect someone should initiate a join message. So anything should receiver should initiate a join message toward this RP. So that is a join toward the RP. So let us see. Still, I have not initiated any join from receiver. So now immediately it will build a shared tree star comma G. That's the thing I want to show. Star is from any shows towards a multicast group address. So it will build the star comma G shared tree. So both R1 and R2 is building the shared tree. This is a default group. Then we'll create a group for 239.1.1. That's the thing we streamed, right? Yeah, 239.1.1, right? So immediately we'll start streaming the traffic. So let us see. So now, yeah. So start streaming the traffic from R1 to R2. Yeah, you are able to see, right? 239.2.2 is showing. It should show it is creating a prune message for 239.1.1. So let us stream continuously. Yeah. So let us stream continuously. Now you can see the changes from R1 and R2. It will automatically create a 239.1.1.1. Yeah, so it is creating the star comma G message for prune message for 239.1.1. So now what I'm going to do, so immediately I'm going to initiate a join message from this PC2 towards this RP. So R1 I configured as a rendezvous point, right? RP is a rendezvous point for forwarding or receiving any multicast traffic. So I'm initiating a join message. Let us see. Go to R2 and go to the configuration mode. Go to the configuration. So it is already creating, right? You are able to see 239.1.1. So let us initiate a join message. So how to do that? Configuration mode and interface fast Ethernet 1/0 IP IGMP join group 239.1.1.1. So immediately you created a join message. You can see, right? So what happened already we started from source. So immediately you can see getting the response, right? So previously there is no response, there is timeout. So now we have started the traffic. So this is it is explicitly joining this RP rendezvous point. So that's the reason I told RP is a meeting point for forwarding or receiving any multicast traffic. So initially sources registered with RP. So RP should expect some join message from any receiver. So now this PC2 as a receiver has requested a join message towards this RP. So now you can see the response coming from R2, right? So now you can immediately see the messages. 1.1 RP is a root will immediately join the RPT, what we called as a root path tree. So it is building, right? Star comma 239.1 join message. Then it will build this message. That is 1.1.1 as a root path tree. That is RP. This is an RP comma. This is a multicast address. So it will ping star comma G. Then after initiating a join message, it will join this root path tree RPT, right? So it will join for 239.1.1 also. 1.1.1 comma 239.1.1. So this is the thing you are seeing, right? So now let us see the multicast table. Show IP mroute. So this is the thing always you have to understand about S comma G and star comma G. So S comma G is this, star comma G is this one. It is created the multicast table star comma G. Then this is the address incoming interface, and you are able to see flag is yes. Yes is for sparse mode, and RP is for rendezvous point. Address is a loopback address we have defined. So it is defining forward sparse mode, right? So the incoming interface it is showing as a null because why? Because it is started from R1. R1 is there is no source address, so it is from so R1 itself is a RP. So that is the reason you are seeing here as a null interface. So let us go to R2 and let us see the table. Show. Yeah, now let us see the multicast table from R2, right? So let us see show IP mroute. Show IP mroute. So you can see the multicast table, that is star comma G 239.1.1.1 and RP is 1.1.1. This is the thing I want to show you, 1.1.1, and the flags will be S comma G. So S is nothing but the source sparse mode and J is nothing but the joining the SPT, that is the shortest path tree, right? That is the thing you are seeing this S, SG. P is for prune mode and C is a connected and L is for local. So incoming interface is faster than 0 by 0 and outgoing interface will be null. So this is a entry it will create in the multicast routing table, right? So you are able to see. So if I'm just initiating again, I'm just pinging from this, let us see, initiate a ping and let us ping the 100 packets. So then you can see some changes over here. It will again initiate a. So it is again sending the join message, right? 20.2 from, so it is sending from 20.2 and you can see the changes now in the multicast table. So let us view the multicast table. Even though it is a sparse mode, you can see also an S comma G. So it is building a join message from a source towards this RP. So this is source is 10.2 and 239.1.1. I were able to see the flags, right? P is pruned and L is a local and F is nothing but you can see the F. So F is nothing but a register flag. So it is starting from the source towards this RP. So these are the key points you have to keep it in mind about PIM SG and PIM star comma G. So S is from source sending to the multicast address, which is used in PIM dense mode scenario. Star comma G is a shared tree which is done in sparse mode scenario. Star is for any source sending to the multicast address via the rendezvous point. So first source will register with RP and RP will expect the join message from our receiver. So once the receiver sends a join message towards RP, then the traffic will flow from source to the receiver via this RP. So that is the logic. So I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos. Thanks and have a wonderful day. Thank you.